Alrighty guys, so here's the next project. So I picked up this 2006 Lexus GX470 off of Facebook Marketplace. It was about 380 miles away. I saw it immediately. I was like, I have to have that. The guy said that there was already some other people coming to look at it, and I was like, I will be there in 6 hours. Push them back. And so I got in my GX and ripped on down there and got there really late at like 9 o'clock, and it was dark, and this thing has been sitting for a while, but here it is. So I bought it. I planned on getting a U-Haul trailer and towing it back, but that didn't work out, so I had to get it on a transport truck, which you will see right here. It took about 5 days or so to get this thing here. It is Christmas morning right now, so that might have had something to do with it, but I got it last night. It needs a very thorough detail. It's been abused. It's a wheeler. The guy took it off-roading a lot. It used to have KDSS, but he cut the lines for it, and it has King suspension all around, but the front shocks need to get rebuilt because they have a lot of miles on them, and the one on this side is leaking pretty bad, so I'm gonna have to get some new ones there. But it came with Icon wheels. I have 5 of them. There is a spare in the back, and I also got some little knockoff Max Tracks here. Those are pretty cool, and it has the mat, which is nice. No spare or no third row seats. Those are all gone. Also the windshield is cracked, and the alternator is bad. It's really bad. It sounds bad, and the battery light comes on. And there's a lot of squeaking in this thing. All the bushings in the front end are shot. So if I hop on here, it's pretty squeaky. And I just discovered that the lower control arm bushing on this side is gone. I tried to spray some grease on here to quiet things down, but that bushing is literally missing. And I had a feeling that might be the case because when I test drove it, when I hit the brakes, it felt like the whole front wheel kind of pushed forward, and it was really a loud squeak. So I was like, something's up there. And I kind of wish I discovered that before instead of right now when I got it home, but that's whatever. It'll be fixed. But this thing also had the dashboard replaced under the recall, and they put new wood trim in here, so that's nice. I don't have to rob that from my car. But yeah, this is the beginning of the new project. So here we are inside. We're gonna start it up here. Sounds pretty good. It's got exhaust on it, but I can hear that alternator just rattling away. It sounds horrible. So you can see we have the KDSS light on, maintenance required because it needs an oil change, and the tire pressure light on because there's the tire pressure sensors are gone. And if I put it in drive and I kind of go, you hear how, I don't know if you can hear it on camera, but it's pretty squeaky. We'll take it around here. And it's very, very floaty, super floaty because there's no sway bars. But the shocks ride really smooth. It feels nice. I just hear a lot of, I'll make a U-turn here, you'll hear it. Whoa. I do think it's quieted down a little bit with me spraying the grease. It was a lot worse before, so that's a good sign. Alright, so now what I'm doing is I'm going around and seeing what lights work. All of those ones seem to work. All of those except for this one is out. And the ones in the back all seem to work as well. So that's good. They're all lit up. Nice. Both license plate lights work. That's good. So let me go over my list here. Alright, so let me go over the list that I have here. So first thing, detail the outside. It has been sitting for a couple months. It's pretty dirty. detail the inside. It looks like it hasn't happened in a long time. There's a lot of grime buildup over here. I'll show you more detail on that when I actually do it. The tires need some air in them. One of the back ones is pretty flat again. It's been sitting for a while. Some of the clips on the grill are loose, so I'll have to pick up some clips. The front shocks need to get rebuilt, as I mentioned. The alternator is loud and the battery light comes on. The lower control arm bushings are shot. The upper control arm bushings need grease. Next, the key fob, I have another, so I was given 2 keys for it. I was given this one, which is like a spare one, and then I was given the remote one, but that one's held together by tape, as most of them are on the GXs and any other Lexus that uses them. Next, paint, I put a question mark next to that because the roof has some peeling, it looks like a Honda Accord from 2002. It's got some peeling paint. It's been sitting outside its whole life, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, depending on how much budget I have left. I might vinyl it, I might try and DIY it, I don't know. It could be fun to try DIY, but I'm trying to keep to the budget, and if that's not in the budget, I'm just gonna have to leave it. Next up, the passenger mirror, when you put it in reverse, how they tilt down, that one, it seems like it's binding a little bit. I don't know, it could just be from age or lack of use, so I'll try and do some research on that and diagnose that. I also need it to pass Smog. That's next on the list. Right now I need to register it, and it wants me to have a Smog for it, and I do not have one within the last 90 days because it's been sitting. It was under non-op, and right now when you start it up, I think the gas is old, so it kind of smokes a little bit, but it did pass Smog early January of this year, so I think if I just get some new gas in it, it should be fine. The headlights look like trash, and they are very ineffective. My personal GX, I put LEDs in and the headlights are polished and it's very nice and bright. These ones, I could not see anything when I had to pick it up last night. I had to drive it from my work where it got dropped off to home, which is about a mile, and I was just trying to get home fast because I didn't know how long the alternator would last, and I could not really see anything with the headlights, and the windshield was also super hazy because it hasn't been wiped down in a long time. New windshield, next on the list. The windshield is cracked. There's a big chip there. It splits the whole bottom. It then goes up and it makes another Y at the top. So the whole windshield has to get replaced. Oil change axles. Both CVs are shot. The inner ones are both ripped. They're spitting out grease. I think it's because this thing has like a 2.5-inch lift on it with no diff drop. So as of right now, that's the list. I hope I don't get any more things on the list because I'm shooting for around a $2,000 to $2,500 budget on this, on all the rehab this thing needs. So hopefully I can keep within that. I'm going to try and shop around for some parts and maybe even take a couple things to the shop because I don't want to do an alternator. I really don't. I could get the control arms done, but the alternator seems really hard. I don't want to do that. But we'll see how much a shop will charge me to do that. And if it's reasonable, I'll have them do it. If it's not reasonable, I will do it myself. But otherwise, most of these things on the list I can do now. As of right now, that is the list for the Lex. It's a long list, and as we go through, I will start tallying up the things that we have spent on it so far.